Typically Sundays are rest days for us. We don't do anything, but today I am gonna work on the basement for a little bit because yesterday I finished taping all the joints, finally. It took me forever to do it, all day yesterday. That's all I did yesterday, was just tape drywall joints. Hopefully it's not gonna take me too long to do that. I have to do the entire room like that. But then we're gonna take the LiveWire One for a ride because it's at 100% charge right now. It's winter now. So I like to keep it around 80% during the winter months. All right, so that went a lot quicker than before, and because I'm not taping anything. All right, and now it's time for me to rewire this new ESB. I took this apart in September, I think. Luckily, I took a picture of where the connections go. I wouldn't recommend do that. I would recommend replacing this at the exact same time that you disassemble it or take it apart. It shouldn't be that hard to do, though. My excitement, I forgot to put this little guy back in. This is a wireless charging mount from Quad Lock, and this is the same pad that I've had for 3.5 years. Have never had a problem charging, never had a problem with a phone lens being rattled loose or anything like that. Granted, I only ride electric motorcycles. Only recently I've had to replace this piece, and that's because the first one was made out of like a plastic or composite, and this one's made out of aluminum, so it's not gonna break. Tell you what, there's nothing better than doing a hard day's work, getting all kinds of stuff accomplished, and then ending the day in the saddle of a motorcycle. Just no greater feeling. And there's no worry of like things you got to do, or I've got to do this next, or I got to do that next. I don't have to focus on anything else, just me and the road, and that's it. It's like the greatest feeling ever. Okay, so I need to run the bike down to 80% at least, and then I'll head back home. But I wanted to take a minute and just kind of share my thoughts about the Del Mar versus the LiveWire One and which one is better, and trying to share my thoughts on both bikes so far. I feel like I'm in a very unique position to where I own both. When I first demoed the LiveWire One, my immediate thought was premium, premium, premium. It is such a premium bike, you know, really high quality parts, high quality build. You can just feel the love, care, and attention that went into this thing. Years after owning the LiveWire One, I still feel the exact same way about it. It's such a great bike. I've abused a bike probably more than most people have. Still impressed with it every time I get on it. I still love it today the same way I loved it 2+ years ago whenever I demoed and bought the LiveWire One. When I first got on the Del Mar, the first thing that came to my mind, and I tell this to everybody, is I want to do hood retch. That was my immediate thought, is not that I want to go and like break the law and stuff. I want to go and just rip and have fun, and I just want to go. And so for me, and this is a very high concept perspective on it, for me, the LiveWire One, it's all about, it's about the total experience. It's about what the bike feels like on the road. It's about the environment, like where you're at, right? It's about being grounded in the area that you're riding through. To me, it makes me want to enjoy the scenery. It makes me want to enjoy the sights, the sounds, the smells of where I'm at. For me, the Del Mar, it is purely about the feeling of the bike, and that's it. It's almost like riding a roller coaster. When you're on a roller coaster, you're not really concerned about hearing stuff around you. You're just riding the roller coaster for the fun of it, and that's it. You know, the Del Mar, it's about the thrill of the ride, not necessarily where you're at. Whereas for me, the LiveWire One, it's about enjoying the bike, but also enjoying where you're at. I don't know, I hope that makes sense. But I think if you're looking for an entire experience, to get the LiveWire One. If you're wanting something to feel the thrill of electric motorcycles, to see what they're really capable of, to see how much fun they are to ride, then get the Del Mar. And someone else is asking about how does the Del Mar handle, or what's the I guess like what's the handling difference between the two bikes. And to be honest, apart from the weight, comparatively or relatively, you know, obviously the Del Mar feels easier to like maneuver out of a tight space like my basement, just because it is lighter than the LiveWire One. But on the road, I don't know, they feel almost identical to me. And obviously it's really hard to be 100% unless I had the bikes literally side by side to see that, like on the road. But you know, I don't feel like one handles better than the other. The Del Mar has a better turning radius, but on the road they feel identical. On the gravel roads, the LiveWire 1X, it obviously feels much better just because it's heavier. It's got wider tires. You know, this one, the 1X, it also has a 19-inch front wheel. The back wheel is 18 inches. I don't from a handling perspective, I don't have a preference one over the other. Again, they both feel really identical to me. Are these people doing? One thing that I miss on the Del Mar, that I don't know why they didn't bring this over from the LiveWire One, is widgets, screen widgets. Like, where did these go on the Del Mar? I cannot do a trip without my widgets, especially these two right here. This is like power consumption almost. Like it. I mean, I wish that there were numbers. Having a graphic interface is fine too, but I can see how much power I'm pulling on the battery, and then when I regen, I can see how much regen I'm getting. And then for this one, I can see how many watt hours per mile I'm getting, which is essentially like miles per gallon, but reversed, gallons per mile. I know my battery temperature. Obviously, I can see how much juice I have. And there's other widgets too. There's range, you know, highest and lowest range estimates, motor temp, battery temp, and I think maybe the 12-volt temp, or maybe that's the BMS temperature. Obviously, if I was running navigation, it would be popping up right here through the Harley-Davidson app. Obviously, music, the Del Mar has that. But let's see what I have on this side. The trip odometers, my phone's. That's how much power my phone has right now, what battery it's at. But these are the two that I keep on my screen all the time. I never ride this bike without these two widgets on either side of the speedometer. And I wish that we had that. You know, I don't know if LiveWire can make that happen to where they can add these widgets in. I miss having these. These are so useful when you're doing trips. You need to make it a certain miles. You can calculate, okay, as long as I don't go over this amount of watt hours per mile, then I should be able to make it to my destination. But if I start going above that, then I need to reduce my speed. And you don't get this on the Del Mar. And I have no idea why they didn't include it. I mean, I'm rambling about it, but I love these things. I love them. So LiveWire, if you can bring the widgets back, please, please, please bring them back. They are sorely missed on the Del Mar. If I had these widgets, I would be doing a lot more long duration trips on the Del Mar, and obviously I still will, but these would be so much more helpful in those trips. And the other thing that's missing too from the Del Mar is this right here. So if I hit the trip, right, that's my overall odometer, 12,036 miles, trip A, trip B, but then you have K, and K represents the amount of miles since the ignition has been turned on. Now there is like a stipulation, like the K will keep tracking miles as long as the bike hasn't been turned off more than 5 minutes. But on like little trips like this, like, okay, how many miles am I getting for percentage? Like right now I'm getting really good mileage. I've gone 16 miles and I've only used 12% battery. So again, this kind of information just helps me gauge. Look at that. So that's House Mountain right over there in the distance. Lexington is renowned for House Mountain. It's oh wait, no, that's House Mountain, my bad. Not that one. She's over there. It's a very, very hard hike. LiveWire, please bring the widgets back. Bring the K trip back. I really liked having these. So we're down to 87%, so gonna start heading back home. I need to go to AutoZone to get some epoxy. I just got some new connectors in for my microphones, what I'm using right now. And I need the microphone doesn't clip in the right way. I have to like leave it out a little bit from the adapter just for the microphone to work on this camera. Do you guys have any epoxy putty, plastic? All right, thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, I was almost, I'm by the trash point, but I can turn around and go back to Walmart.
Yeah, get either like, get a bottle of Moscato, and then I'll send you, and then the plastic red blend. Let me send you a picture.
Yeah.
Will you be able to fit two, or just one?
I'll try to get two.
Okay.
Because I didn't bring my tank bag or anything with me.
Oh no.
But I should be able to get it.
Okay.
Hi, babe.
Bye.
Bye. No, I don't have my wallet. We're going to see if I can buy this without getting carded. So they didn't have tap to pay. I don't have my wallet, so Jennifer's seeing if she can do online pickup. So she'll buy it on her phone and then I'll pick it up. We don't know if we can do that then. I mean, is dinner already ready or?
No, I'm still cooking.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
I just put the cornbread in, so probably it'll be like 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I can come get my wallet and then come back and get some.
Take the truck.
Huh?
Get it.
You mean take the Del Mar?
Huh?
You mean take the Del Mar and get it?
Oh, isn't it quicker with the truck?
You mean the Del Mar.
Well, babe, just whatever's fastest. I mean.
Oh, honey, the Del Mar is definitely fastest.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You're just saying that.
Honey, just trust me, okay?
You should put some new motorcycle stuff on your business list.